question is, what do you need to do if you need today business? If you want a closing within 90 days, what is it that you need to do? First of all, you need to identify them. Then you engage them. That's ultimately the exercise of getting your database to raise their hand by you asking the question, are you planning on making a move in the next 3 to 6 months? Or can you foresee yourself doing something this year? Yeah, maybe next year. Listen, Paul, if the perfect house came up and it was the right price, right location, and it just checked all the boxes, can you foresee yourself making that move today or sooner versus next year? Yeah, I think so. Boom. That person comes into the pipeline. Why? Because, like I said, everybody wants to buy the right house. Nobody wants to buy the wrong house. Everybody wants a great deal. Nobody wants a bad deal. So what we have to do, first of all, is we have to ask the right questions in order to identify who exactly represents today's business. Somebody that has a limited skill set can have a lead that wants to do a deal today, but gets pushed off because that person said, I'm going to do something next year. And that agent takes it at face value without going a step above and asking the appropriate question in case something changes. Many of you have sold a house to a client who started out looking for a bungalow and they end up in a 2-story. Some of you guys have had clients where they've started off looking for a brand new build 2-story and they end up buying something 70 years old but it's been completely restored. Buyers are not liars. All we've done is we've failed to explore that conversation to its fullest. We have not opened up the boundaries. So that is a good example of not asking the right quality questions to get a different outcome, to get a different result. So when I asked Nick, are you planning on doing something this year with your real estate? Maybe next year. Most agents say, okay, no problem. I'll follow up with you next year. But we didn't ask the question, the right one, to see if the right house came up at the right price, and if it checked all the boxes, can you foresee yourself making that move sooner? Now all of a sudden, if Nick says yes, I'm following up with him in July, and he's already bought a house now in November. The other realtors following up with Nick in January, February. How many of you have reached out to clients in your database and they're like, shit, we just bought, right? You all have. And if you haven't, you're about to. You just have to get through enough calls.